Hey everyone, it's Joe, the 50-something Dasher, and you're watching another installment of my DoorDash daily recap video. Every offer, every delivery, every adventure. Let's break it all down right now. Hey everyone, this is the recap for Wednesday, May 22nd. Before I get to today's dash, some scheduling news here. Part two of my series on shop and pay orders. I decided to release that this coming Friday night. Part one has not performed as well as I kind of hoped it would. So the last few Fridays after I go to bed for work, I've seen like increased activity to my channel on Friday nights. So I'm trying something different here and releasing that Friday night, probably around, I don't know, 8:15, 8:30 p.m., something like that, and see if maybe that might make a difference. And that can get some more additional views than part one did. And then probably either Sunday or Monday, I have the video coming out on cash tipping. And then probably so with posting the shop and pay video on Friday night, that means whatever like recap video for Friday, that'll be delayed. I try to just post like one video a day to be consistent. So, possibly tomorrow or Fridays. I forget my wife's schedule. So, either one of those two, or probably at least Fridays, will be delayed and come out either Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Now to today's dash, and it was pretty interesting dash to say the least here. So start time this morning was 5:32 in the morning, and my first order come across at 5:42, so I only waited 10 minutes. $8.50, 8.3 miles. Tim Hortons. This was going to the nice customer. So sweet. Right off the bat, first order, go to the delivers to the nice customer. I know exactly where I'm going. And don't have any issues ever, delivering here. The only problem with this is I get to the Tim Hortons. I park the car, get out of the car. We're going to keep playing this game, I guess. I go to the door, it's locked. I go back to the car. Now I'm going to start parking in the Wendy's mobile order parking spots in anticipation of it. Because before I was like circling around the building to get into the drive-through line. No, now I'm going to park on the end in the wrong spots. Go up to the door, the stupid door's locked, go back in my car, and then just back it out, and I'm right back out like the wrong way, and then I can just quickly just get into the drive-through line instead of driving around the building. I get up to the speaker, I'm here for the DoorDash order. Oh, well, if you want to park and come to the door, we'll let you in. Okay, so I park the car and go back to the door. It's the same, cycle. It gets frustrating. And then the customer ordered Timbits, which they hadn't made yet. So I had to send a picture of the full-size donuts that they did have and get a substitution. And then it was off to deliver the order. So I got through some little minor challenges that I persevered through and made the delivery. Next was and this was like an hour later. So I parked in Meyer and I was watching some different like YouTube content for close to an hour before my next order. I thought of a kind of a funny story to tell. I was watching one of Pedro's recent video where he got the contract violation on. He's trying to deliver to a student at a school, and it's unfortunately, a stealing customer, leading to a contract violation for him. It's happened to most of us. But anyway, that made me think of a kind of a similar story. But this was, for me, this was years ago in 2017 when the first time I was delivering for Uber Eats. I had an order going to a school like that. And so I go to the school, and it's been so long ago, I don't know, is some food order, I don't know from where or anything like that. But the the customer was one of the students. Okay, I didn't know this at first, and I didn't look at the instructions in the app. It was a female student. She had in there exactly where to go. You know, turn in the parking lot, go to here and turn here, and I'm going to be by such and such. You know, she provided all the landmarks. But I didn't see any of this. It was delivering to a school, and I just automatically assume a staff member or teacher and to go to the front office. That's even like now with DoorDash, that's what I always do. I don't deliver to some kid in the back on the swing sets in the playground. You know, if it's a school, I go to the office. So anyway, I go into the office. The staff's all confused and everything. There, I give them the name, but they don't know who this is for. And long story short, they discover that it's a student that placed the order, and which they're not supposed to be placing orders. And so the staff up there in the principal's office, you know, they're getting kind of like, you know, irritated, and they call the girl up there. And so she comes, you know, I give her the order, and she tries to leave with the order, but they wouldn't let her. They said, no, you know, first of all, you're not supposed to be placing delivery orders. That's number one. And number two, you're not leaving this office. You sit down right here. If you're going to eat that food, you need to sit down here in the office and eat it. And and they made her, you know, sit there in the principal's office and eat the food. Like, on the one hand, I felt bad for the girl. You know, I'm just delivering an order. I wasn't intending to get anybody in trouble here. But on the other hand, they're not supposed to be doing that. So from that perspective, I didn't feel bad. But anyway, that's my, funny story for the day. So after I'm watching all that content, at 6:53, an order finally comes across, 925 Meyer, only 4 miles, and I'm parked right outside the front door, so I'm already there. So let's go ahead and do it. And this was a pretty easy order. It was just toilet paper and water. So I go up to the toilet paper and scan the wrong one. Like this says, the picture says mega ultra strong, right? Well, the one I scanned at first, same color of packaging with the bear and everything, but I think if I remember right, like the word mega wasn't on there. I'm like, come on, what the heck? So you had like mega ultra strong and like ultra strong, and I scanned the wrong one at first. So but even still, this just took a minute to shop this. Weird. And then there's the delivery screen, $4.75 from DoorDash, $4.50 tip for the 925. Delivered this at 7:09, and that took start to finish just 16 total minutes for this order. So made really good time on that. A few minutes later, I get this 450 at McDonald's going to my number one customer. I couldn't believe it. Haven't delivered to the guy in it's probably been like a month. I was starting to get worried, is he placing orders anymore? Did he move? Finally got an order from him. And I know these are low paying, he just tips a couple bucks, but all of his orders, it's just I just pick up this McDonald's, and you're just talking about driving 2 traffic lights down to the car dealership where he's at. I mean, easy as can be. And so that's why, like, I don't mind these orders at all. And then, so I go into the McDonald's, and it's a chaotic scene. There's only one staff worker that's kind of like preparing the order, like putting the orders in the bags and getting them ready for everybody, for the drive-through, for the foot traffic, for delivery. So you got that one person, and then your 3 or 4 cooks in the back. That's it. And the lady is like going on about how she's by herself, and even telling the story to like the drive-through customers. Yeah, I'm here by myself, and we had a call off and a no call no show, and yada yada yada, and blah 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 blah. And so, regardless, I'm just going to wait my 10 minutes, and if I have to, drop it. But what was kind of like irritating is when I walked in there and looked at the board with the queue of the orders, my order was at the top of the screen when I walked in, very top. Okay. She sacks up and gives out like 3 orders to the drive-through traffic. Okay, fine, whatever. But then gives a couple orders to foot traffic customers that came in after I did and placed orders after I came into the store, and they get their orders first. And then and you'll hear the story again repeated, so I won't tell the whole story here, but 6 or 7 orders got processed before mine. And so here is a screenshot. And I meant to take this like earlier, but I wasn't quick enough with my phone. My order is at the top of the screen there, then another delivery order. After that was at one point was the 2 orders that were placed in the store after I arrived there. So you're talking well after the DoorDash customer, placed his order. And then this 1627 that you see on there third, that got given to a customer, before. And then my order was after 1627. Crazy. So anyway, I leave the McDonald's, and as I'm driving to the customer, I thought of an idea. I don't hardly ever do this. I'm not this type of person that calls corporate numbers. But I thought, well, just for the heck of it, let me call McDonald's corporate after the dash, and I'll record it, and it'll add a little bit of entertainment value to this video. I'll record the phone call and just see what comes out of it. See who I talk to, what they say. Hey, you never know. I could get a coupon or a free meal out of it, or so, who knows? Who knows what I'll have? Or I could, in all likelihood, I'll probably just get blown off. But, it is what it is. But as long as it doesn't waste too much of my time, why not give it a shot? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and insert that phone call from after my dash. You could check it out. It was originally like 18 minutes long, start to finish. I did some heavy editing here, and it's just the final edited version is down to 8 minutes with the highlights. So check out the phone call that I made to complain about this to McDonald's corporate.
Thank you for calling McDonald's U.S. Customer Care Line.
Para español, oprima 9.
Okay, in a few words, tell me why you're calling in today.
Report a bad experience at a McDonald's location.
Thank you for that information. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
calling McDonald's. My name is Rita. May I have your first and last name, please?
Joe.
Alright. Thank you so much for that, Joe. And I see you're calling us from 614. Is this a good callback number for you?
Yes.
Alright, Joe. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling to report a bad experience in one of the McDonald's locations this morning.
Yes, I can definitely assist you on that. Can you tell me more what happened?
Okay, I'm a DoorDash driver, and I arrived at the one of the locations in Grove City, Ohio, McDonald's locations. And when I arrived in the store, the store was short staffed. There was just one associate, like sacking up the different orders and trying to take care of the drive through and the foot traffic. So I didn't have so much of a problem with that. The problem is that after I arrived in the store and I'm waiting on my order, and I could see the queue on the screen, the list of the orders in the order they're supposed to be prepared. Well, the associate goes to process, as I'm standing there, 3 drive-through orders, and then after that processed 2 orders for the foot traffic. These 2 gentlemen that came into the store after I came into the store, I'm standing there waiting. They place orders at the cash register, both of them, and standing there behind me, and they get their orders first. And then after that, then the associate processed a mobile order, and that order was further down in the queue than mine. Then after all of that, over 6 orders later, and me standing in there probably over 7 or 8 minutes, then finally processed my delivery order. So I just wanted to call and report this issue because I have problems like this in the past where these locations are, delivery orders. They're just not being prioritized at all, and trying to, for whatever reason, the drive-through and the foot traffic always gets prioritized, and delivery orders kind of shoved to the background.
First of all, Joe, I apologize for kind of treatment you received in one of our McDonald's store, and I'll go ahead and document that here. But you also need to inform the DoorDash department in regards to that. So I need to transfer this call to the DoorDash department. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna provide you with your case number whenever you're ready. This is the case number, and now since you already got the case number, I'll go ahead and put you on hold, okay, for me to transfer this call.
Okay.
This is Ace from McDonald's Delivery Support. How can I help?
Hi, I'm calling to report a issue that I had at a McDonald's location this morning.
Got it. Thank you so much for letting me know about this one. And yeah, let me go ahead and help you with that. And I'll help you file a complaint about it.
Okay.
So kindly just stay on the line and let me just check it here. Is this an in-store experience?
Yes, I'm a DoorDash delivery driver, and this calling to report a incident when I was inside the McDonald's location.
Okay, got it. All right, so just to confirm, you would like to file a complaint about a DoorDash driver while you're inside a McDonald's store. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I am a DoorDash driver, and a complaint about an order that I was inside the store to pick up for delivery.
Okay, got it. So yeah, let me just check with that. Kindly give me one moment, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just checking here if I'll be the one to assist you or I'll be transferring you over to the correct department, okay?
Okay.
So just give me a moment. All right, so yeah, I was able to verify here, and regarding to your concern, I'll be transferring you over to the correct and appropriate department so they can better assist you, okay?
Okay.
All right, so yeah, I'll be transferring you now, and thank you so much for calling, and you have a great day ahead.
Thanks, you too.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling DoorDash. This is Louisa. How can I help you?
Hi, was I transferred to, this is DoorDash driver support? Is that
Yes, that's correct.
okay? I'm a DoorDash driver. I was on the phone with, actually, I called McDonald's corporate about an issue with one of their stores. So I, I get, for whatever reason, they transferred me to DoorDash support. But I don't have an issue with a DoorDash order, and an issue with DoorDash is an issue that I had with the McDonald's store. So I don't know if I still report the issue with you, or I mean, I don't know.
Well, I can go ahead and check with Narcissus. Would you mind telling me what happened?
So basically, this was.
All right. Well, thank you for reporting this to us. I'll make sure that this is properly documented, and we'll have a team who further look into this issue, and we will be advising the said merchant. Okay. Before that, can you provide me with the email address to your Dasher account, please? All right. Okay. So I'll make sure this is properly notated on your account, and we will have a team further check on this for you, okay?
Okay.
Well, you're welcome, Joe. Thank you for calling DoorDash.
Bye. Yeah, and as you could see, really got nowhere with that. And I forgot to mention before the clip started playing, told the whole story twice in that phone call. I kept the first retelling of the story and then edited out the second time I told it. But yeah, once I heard that music, the last wait time, music that was playing, I pretty much knew I was being transferred to DoorDash support. And it's like, I was thinking, while I was sitting there on hold, I'm thinking, well, DoorDash support isn't going to do anything. So before that last agent came on, I pretty much knew at that point that this whole 18 minutes was just 18 minutes of my life wasted, basically. So it is what it is, whatever. Now I know that there you there's pretty much, it doesn't seem like there's anything you can do to kind of complain. So the restaurants don't prioritize delivery orders. Well, it's like, who gives a crap, I guess. Just wait your 10 minutes, and if you don't have it, drop it. And apparently, nobody cares. So it is what it is. Foot traffic is number one. There you go. That's drive-through number one. I'm going to sound like the Iron Sheik here. Drive-through number one. Foot traffic in the store number one. DoorDash orders. Huh. The Iron Sheik. A lot of young, you guys, anybody like in their 30s or younger probably don't even know who I'm talking about. Okay, wait, I lost my place in my notes here. Okay. So then I get a $6 Tim Hortons, and went ahead and took this and just standard, pickup delivery. I don't have anything in my notes for that. So $6, 3.5 miles. And then I only had 3 declines for the whole dash, and they all came like right at this time. So here we go. This first one here, this is in all likelihood, this is going on the list for my award show, the worst declines, first half of 2024. Talk about a beauty right here. $3.75, over 10 miles for a Giant Eagle 12 item pickup. Are you kidding me? I know it's just a pickup, but even still, that's ridiculous. This next one, 925, 14 miles, tropical smoothie, going who knows where that's at. That's even past Obet's and southeast of that. I don't even know what that area is, to be honest. And then look at this one, $3, 9 miles, Chick-fil-A. And I guess my position has a lot to do with it. I get looking at this, I'm probably about 4 or 5 miles away from the Chick-fil-A. And then it's going clear to South High Street. Looks like it may be like somewhere around the drive-in. But yeah, that's pretty terrible too. And then, so fortunately, that was my only 3 declines. And then just a few minutes later, I get a $8 7-mile Wendy's. I took this from home, and at this point, I'd come home. It was starting to rain, so I like to wear my windbreaker when it's raining outside to keep my phone in, keep it from getting wet. So I came home, just had enough time just to grab the windbreaker, and I got this order right back out the door. And this delivered to this very first time ever, and over 3,100 deliveries now. I've never delivered to a blind person that I know of. So yeah, I got to the door, and it's a good thing that like as soon as I see the customer, I always greet them. I always say, good morning, or how's it going, or I always do some kind of greeting. So as I'm approaching, and got closer to the customer, I said good morning or whatever, and then he like just kind of like put both of his hands out in front of him, and I could tell that he probably either could hardly see or was blind. So I had to basically like touch his hand with the sack, and then he grabs it. And then he started to walk away, but I also had like an orange juice. I said, oh, wait, here's your orange juice as well. And again, he holds his hand out. I have to, touch his hand with the end of the bottle, and then he grabbed it. And so that was kind of interesting, and glad I could, help out on that order. And so there's the pay screen on that. $2.50 from DoorDash, $5.50 tip for the $8. Next was a $5.25 McDonald's. 6 miles, and I went ahead and took this because it's like it's upside down in miles, but that's because I was out of zone. So I was planning on driving back to where this McDonald's is anyway. So that's why I went ahead and took this order. And when I got, and okay, so what, now I'm returning to the scene of the crime. What's the McDonald's going to be like this time? And this is only a little over an hour, see, because this was right around 7:30 when I had the problems with that last order. And this is just an hour and 15 minutes later. So what's it going to be like there now? So I walk inside the store. Staffing was different now. The manager was in there. There was another guy. So there was at least 2 or 3 people processing the orders, and there was more people in the kitchen section than before. So and then so and then I didn't have to wait as long for this order. This delivered to a road that's been under heavy construction for some time now, and you can only travel down it one way. So there's a little, I had to drive a little bit further than I normally would have had to get to this customer, and is kind of tight getting my car like in between the like barrels and the the construction and everything, but got this delivery okay. $2.25 and a $3 tip. Next, let's just keep them rolling with McDonald's. $5, 5.1 miles, going to my next door neighbor. So how crazy was this that before 9:30 in the morning, I'm delivering to the nice customer, the number 1 customer, and my neighbor, all 3 of them in, just first couple hours of a dash. Pretty crazy. Go back to McDonald's, didn't waited like each time the wait time got less and less and less. And, on this particular order, I struck another customer that was standing inside the store, struck up a conversation with me. She said, I live in a rural area, and maybe I should try getting, something like this delivered sometime. And I said, yeah, you probably can, because I've delivered to some farmhouses and some places, way out in the country. So you probably can. And she's like, yeah, I'll have to check into it. So DoorDash, you're welcome. I may have just referred a new customer to jump on the platform today. So you're welcome. Pull into my garage to deliver to my neighbor, $3 and a $2 tip, $5. Next, and again, I'm only... As soon as I close that out, I get this next offer, $14.50, 11 miles, Meijer, 7 items. Okay. So I just basically ran inside here, told my wife that I got another order. I'm right back out the door, heading up to Meijer. And once I get on the road, start heading up there, this is just 3 minutes later, they stack a $26.75 Meijer onto this, only adding 4 more miles. Yeah, it's 29 items, but still, you're talking over $41 now for these 2 orders, and $41 and for 15 miles. So absolutely. And, maybe I can knock this out in an hour, make $41 for an hour. I mean, that would be pretty cool if I could do it. So let's check it out. Here's the list, or partial list anyway. That first order was just 3 different items. It was just bologna, bread, and 5 1-liters of Pepsi. So that's all for that order. The add-on that was over $20, there is a lot of produce in that. You see in this picture the cabbage, bananas, squash, but there was also a couple different kinds of lettuce, like romaine hearts and a head of lettuce. There was some other vegetable that I never even heard of before, but I found it and got it. And there was probably at least 2 or 3 other things from there was like 4 avocados and a couple other things. So I probably like half of this order was all in produce. So it was cool from that standpoint, but kind of bad because one of the weigh machines was down, so I had to keep getting. It's easier for me to get one of these items, bag it up, and then I had to run over to the scale that worked, weigh it, get my sticker. Then I had to run back, get the next item, run back to the scale. It was a lot of back and forth across the produce department, but and then the time on this, I also had two of those rolled ground turkeys that I couldn't find. And fortunately, the customer had stated that if you couldn't find them, you could issue a refund. So that I was able to, I just refunded those. So I finished shopping at, of course, on Stacks, they don't put the timer at the bottom of the screen. But this, I finished this at 10:10, which was 32 minutes to shop. What was it again? 24 different SKUs. So made pretty good shopping time there. And then so dropping off first was the big order at 10:35. So $6.75 from DoorDash and a $20 tip on that. So appreciate it very much. That was outstanding. And then dropped the second order off 7 minutes later, $11 and a $3.50 tip for the $14.50. So all total, start to finish, from the time I accepted the first offer to dropping off the last delivery, it was 1 hour and 14 minutes. So pretty good. I made over $41 in an hour and 14 minutes. Can't complain with that. Next was this $6 with a hidden tip, 1.9 mile Wendy's. Absolutely. And so I was on the phone with my wife, and we were trying to guess what the hidden tip would be from DoorDash. I guess 50 cents was going to be my guess. It's usually not, when it's, you see the, $5 with a hidden tip or $6 hidden tip. It's usually a quarter or 50 cents it's hidden. My wife guessed $1. So what was it going to be? Screenshot. My wife won $1 on the hidden tip. So there you go. Thank you, DoorDash. $2 and a $5 customer tip. And so next was my last order of the day. And this was going to put me over goal. $19, 19 and a half miles. So it's like, oh man, there's a lot of driving in this. That's the thing. But, I can probably do this in an hour, less than an hour. And I know it's a lot of miles, but only 2 items from Dollar General, and the 36 items from PetSmart didn't scare me because it's probably going to be mold. When you see high item counts at PetSmart, it's usually like the canned cat food or canned dog food. So I wasn't scared about that. I didn't think that was going to take too long. So it routes me to Dollar General first, and had a problem with, I couldn't find the Propel. I looked in the coolers, they have multiple different coolers there. So I checked all of them, didn't see it. I had to ask. They said, oh, it should have been on the back wall, like where you got that 32 case of water. And so I tracked back to the back corner of the store, look on that wall. I don't see it. The market is unavailable. The customer didn't have any substitutions already picked out. So DoorDash messages, I go to call the customer, no answer. But while I'm calling and the phone is ringing, the customer submitted the Gatorade substitutions, and I found one of them, and there you go. So, took just under 6 minutes, and I had the item shopped. Then it was off to, I checked out, then it was off to PetSmart. And okay, so what was the 36 items going to be, you ask? Check it out. Screenshot. Just one thing. 36 live crickets. Large crickets. It's funny, I had not too long ago, I had somebody comment on a video that they had a order where it was a 100 item PetSmart order, and it was 100 crickets. Said they gave them, the crickets in this clear like plastic bag that they tied up, kind of make it look like a balloon. And so I was like, oh, well, here we go. I get a cricket order myself. Sweet. So I head to PetSmart. Long drive across. I go from one end of my zone to the other, to the distance between the Dollar General and the PetSmart. But I got there, and I had to, ask for help. Of course, I didn't know where the crickets were, but so I got directed over to where they were, and there was an associate there. And I don't know how she actually counted out 36 of them. It did, like, to me, looking at her, it didn't look like she was counting them. But, I mean, hey, they're supposed to know what they're doing. I don't know. So, I mean, I'm assuming there was 36 crickets in there. And then it was just, clear bag, and they put the crickets in there, and a little piece of looked like almost like a piece broken off of like a cup carrier, that kind of material, and just threw a little, like throwing a little block in there, kind of, and something for them to kind of jump around on, and tied that up. Went to the register. It was like $6 and something for this. And I took a little video. I was going to include a little video of the bag with the crickets jumping around, and shot like a 5-second video. But again, I'm having problems with, for whatever reason, I can't transfer video anymore from my phone to the iMac. I don't know why, or I used to always be able to, but and it's no big deal. So I just decided to skip. I should have took a picture as well, but I didn't. But whatever. And go to deliver this. This delivered to a trailer park way south. Down 23. Kind of, this trailer park tucked away in the woods. You couldn't see it from the main road. So I drop off the crickets and then come back out to my car and realize that both orders was going to the same place. For whatever reason, I did not pay attention that on the offer screen. I thought it was two different customers. But hey, sweet. Both of them deliver here. I'll take it. Close it out. There's the pay screen, $15 and a $4 tip for the $19. And this took start to finish. This was 52 minutes. So I did this in less than an hour. But I had the drive back to zone was the only thing. And I decided at this point I was going to get lunch, and so I decided to get back into zone, back to the shopping center. If I got another offer along the way, I would go ahead and take it. But if I got to the shopping center first, then I just go ahead and log off and get lunch, and that's what ended up happening. Jimmy John's is offering this new, it's called a firecracker wrap. And so I got it's called the Firecracker Feast, that comes with the wrap, the firecracker chips, a cookie, and a drink. I got that. They shorted me the chips though. They handed me the sack. I didn't even bother to check it. Whatever. Um, but it was pretty good though. The wrap was. Logged off the dash at 12:12. It doesn't seem like I covered 12 deliveries in this update, but I guess I did. And so it was a 6 hour and 39, 6 hour, 39 minute dash. Active 4 hours, 44 minutes of that. 12 deliveries completed for the 113.75. Drove 96 miles to get to that. So I did better than goal on mileage. Now at 3,104 lifetime DoorDash deliveries, and only raised my acceptance rate up 1 point. So I went from 57 to 58%. I tried, but those 3 declines kind of screwed me. And that's it for today's dash. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to drive safe out there, and we'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Check out my other videos. A lot of good stuff, a lot of information for all things DoorDash. And we will see you at the next video. Thanks again for watching.